What's up, guys? It's me, and today we're gonna talk about the 2011 tsunami in Japan on March 11th, 2011 at 2:46 p.m. A magnitude 9.0 to 9.1 undersea megathrust earthquake struck off the coast of Japan's eastern coast. The epicenter was located just 80 kilometers from the city of Sendai. This megaquake, which is the 7th largest ever recorded, unleashed tremendous energy, equivalent to 31 times the energy released by the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Buildings swayed in Tokyo, some 300 kilometers away, while people were violently thrown from their beds in cities along the coast. But it was the giant tsunami that followed which caused the most catastrophic damage. People took to the streets, or rushed to higher ground, as a monstrous wave more than 30 meters high crashed into the coastline. Entire city blocks were wiped away, and thousands of buildings were either swept out to sea or completely demolished. Homes were tossed around like bath toys. Cars were lifted off the road and tossed into the churning waters, and even trees were uprooted and carried away by the relentless surge. People were seen running for their lives from the advancing wall of water, desperately seeking higher ground as the wave approached. Many had never seen anything like this before. They'd heard stories, of course, but they'd never experienced a tsunami firsthand. So, as the wall of water got closer and closer, Tei run Hawaii. Some people didn't make it though. Their houses were destroyed, and they lost their lives. The tsunami caused massive destruction across 4 prefectures: Miyagi, Iwate, Fukushima, and Aomori, with waves inundating low-lying coastal areas and sweeping away everything in their path. But the damage did not stop there. It extended far beyond Japan's borders, causing billions of dollars in damage in total. Waves as high as 6 meters were reported all around the Pacific Ocean. And in fact, a tsunami warning was issued as far away as the west coast of North America, from California to Canada, and also to the south. Pacific nation of Tonga, some 1,700 kilometers from the epicenter. In the end, over 15,000 people lost their lives, with another 6,000 still missing. It was the second deadliest tsunami in recorded history, only surpassed by the 14,000 deaths caused by the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Over 130,000 people were injured, and more than 100,000 homes were destroyed. The Japanese government estimated the total damage to be around $235 billion, making it the most costly natural disaster in the country's history. But people weren't the only ones affected by the disaster. Animals suffered too. More than 20,000 livestock were killed, with many more carcasses later washing up on beaches. It would be a long time before the ocean went back to normal. Now, one of the worst-hit areas was the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The tsunami knocked out the plant's power supply and cooling systems, leading to the worst nuclear accident since Chernobyl. 30,000 residents were evacuated, and much of the surrounding countryside remains uninhabited to this day. There are so many other stories which could have been included in this video, but it would take hours to do the 2011 tsunami in Japan justice. So instead, I'll leave that to the professionals. There are many documentaries online. Do check them out if you want to know more. Some survivors reported seeing the ghost of an old woman who warned them to run away from the incoming wave. A fisherman also claimed that he saw the ghost of a girl in a white dress on top of the wave. Eyewitnesses said the spectral figure seemed to be directing the wave towards the shore. There are also stories of dismembered corpses washed up on the beach, moving on their own accord. These stories may be true, but one thing's for sure: the 2011 tsunami in Japan will never be forgotten. So there you have it. That's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe for more content. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.